So I successfully made it halfway last night. I'm going to make the other half 2 hours and 37 minutes or so right now to Toronto and check out the visitor center. So I successfully cleaned my windshield this morning because there was like tons of like spots all over it. I'm sure it was because of bugs, and of course it definitely was bugs. Check. That is ridiculous, and I know it's going to happen in the Midwest as well. The thing I want to know is that I was just here at this gas station, and I just have to say, if you start in Quebec, and the more you go west, the more people speak English. And sometimes the more they speak English as like their first language. It's kind of weird because like I just walked into the gas station, the two women behind the counter were speaking English like right off the bat, so I just started speaking English with them. So something to note is that the farther west you go in Canada, it appears so far that they speak more English. And yes, maybe I did get sunburn yesterday on my nose. I can't tell really, but I was outside all day. So I just went in the gas station and asked the lady like about like my theory and whatnot. She said, yeah, primarily we speak English here, and like the more you go into Toronto, the more you'll find bilinguals. And in case y'all are wondering, this A&W is literally like a McDonald's, but like it's branded as A&W. They have like everything that like a McDonald's has. Not of course the same names, but they have burgers, fries, milkshakes, all that stuff, you know, whatever, ice cream. So I made it to Toronto successfully, not a problem, but it turns out my GPS was directing me to a residential address and not the visitor center. And so without like Wi-Fi, I don't have my data connection, so like I can't like change the map. Like what I've been doing this whole trip is like Google Maps, if you connect to Wi-Fi, after you connect to Wi-Fi, enter in your like destination and then let it load the map, it saves it and then it can tell you still how to get to your place. It just won't recalculate routes. Seriously important note to everyone, like Toronto doesn't have an official visitor center, or like it's closed. I'm at this one that I found here on Google Maps, and it's closed on a Friday. I mean, it's closed on Saturday and Sunday. Like, what gives? And then every time I ask someone, I ask like locals, I ask people on the street, I ask like security guard here at this complex, like, where's the tourist center? And they're like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, a tourist center. And they're like, what? And then I go like, I'm from Maryland. I don't know what to do in Toronto. I'm here to visit. Where can I go to find stuff? And they're still like, let me think about that. I don't really know where you can go. Really? What? Come on. I don't understand. This is a beautiful building, though. Look at this. This is cool. This is where I ended up. Alright, Toronto is totally, like, American. People speak, like, perfect English. Like, English is definitely the first language. It's crazy. So I finally found my way to some random tourist, like, desk. It was for, like, the cruise lines that they have here. But she was so helpful. She told me, like, about, like, it turns out, like, there's, like, so much random little stuff going on. Actually, today is Open Doors Day, which means that, like, all these buildings here in Toronto that aren't usually open are going to be open. You can go up to, like, the 57th floor of, like, certain buildings and, like, other random stuff. There's an island across the way, but it's, like, expensive to get to. It's got tons of... There's a lot of ships in port today that you can get on and visit because they're trying to copy the open door policy of the other buildings. You can go up the CN Tower, but it's like, which is way too much. She told me I can get a good view from the island of the city, but it's $17 to go over there and come back, so it's not worth it either. Really, there's just so much to do if like you just browse, walk around, that kind of thing, find your way, you'll run into something that's cool to do, supposedly. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to park my car and then walk around and find out where I go. Alright, so now that I finally found a place to park, I can start my day. Now let me tell you guys, if you guys come to Toronto, please consult me first. As a visitor, it's so confusing, and I would love to give you my tips, and then also tips on parking. I haggled with this guy and got a great deal, so definitely reach out to me for going to Toronto. And the other thing is, make sure you don't come when there's a game happening, because today the Jays are playing, which makes things so much tougher. Finally ready to explore Toronto! This part of Toronto reminds me of Nice. It's so nice. They got the tram, you got nice bike lanes, nice open streets, beautiful agriculture. Check it out, guys, it's a yard sale! Yeah, buddy! I'm going! Oh my gosh, guys, I just had a massive wipeout on the street right here. But thank God, I was so lucky I didn't get hurt at all. I'm like perfectly in great condition. And it's unfortunate because I just had this on. I just turned it off, got back on my bike, started riding,
and then something got caught from my pants on my bike or something like that, and I just like wiped. And I am so lucky because there was a bus right behind me who actually was able to stop. That's the first thing I thought about. When I fell, I thought, there's a bus behind me, and I tried moving out of the way as quick as possible. And that is why you wear a helmet. That saved my whole face got like hit, but this saved me. Right here, guys. That's why you wear a helmet. So check out this fancy, fancy castle. It's House of Luma. Isn't this so cool? Look at this. I just love castles. Look at this one. This is one of my favorite things to visit in France, but they have one here. It's called Casa Luma. And then while I was here trying to take a selfie, I met this guy who offered to take my picture. He's this really old guy, but he was like really like hip and whatnot. It was kind of weird. He was like telling me like all I should do. He was here with his Chinese wife, and they had mapped out like the 10 best things to do, and they had like done like a city pass. He was telling me all about it and whatnot. And then he heard about my story, and he was like, "Yo, nobody wanted to go with you?" Yeah, nobody wanted to go with me. He was like, "That's crazy. They don't understand the opportunity that you have. This is awesome. Have fun." And so I would visit this beautiful castle, but it's 25 bucks. It's not really worth it. I've seen other castles before, so I'm not gonna do it. Hey, look, it's a funeral in Toronto. Woo! And it's long. Look, he literally just stops the traffic. There's some guy over there, he had pulled out too far, and he got out and like yelled at him. Same thing with the guy on the crosswalk. I'm currently in the Marriott here, trying to get like a view of the city from like really high above without having to go on the Toronto Tower, because it's like 30 bucks. Because it's open doors. They have like over 60 floors, but you can only go up 6 of them. I don't know why. Somebody explain why. Alright, so I find this really interesting. Everywhere else in Canada, I've seen this as PFK, which stands for, like, I'm guessing Poulet Frité de Canada, de Kentucky. But right here, so I'm wondering if all the other ones are, like, knockoffs, like, fake versions of this, and this is only, like, the real one. And then check out this McDonald's location. That's cool. It's got Starbucks in it, too. College game of field hockey in Toronto. Take a look at that. It's pretty cool. Check out this tower. Oh yeah, that's cool. This building. See, I want a college with buildings like this. This is so cool. Check this out. This is the college fun room. And look at the hallways. Those are so epic. And then look at the stairs. The University of Maryland's too modern, man. We gotta go back in time. So much cooler. Man, this is just so beautiful. Look at this. This place out. I really just love street art. So cool. I would like to live on a street like this when I grow up. This is nice and beautiful, peaceful, but also right next to everything in the city. See, I just find this kind of city setup beautiful. This is something I would like to live. It reminds me a lot of Nice. I would like to live. And then I just love their mailboxes here. Look at that. Oh, it's so cool. Check this out. This dude is walking around with a snake. This is exactly why bicycles rock. Pass all the traffic. Now I'm going to go board some ancient boats that are here in port. Some of them aren't ancient, but they just look really old and cool. I think I spoke a little too soon. I'm really sore, like in my groin. It's really hard to walk. I can bike okay, but getting on and off the bike hurts. And then check out this view. There's the airport. And then there's downtown Toronto. There's the Needle. And then one of the epic ships I'm gonna get on. Oh, look at this. This is so cool. Can't go down there, that's too bad. It's a cabin. That's where we steer. First class. Yeah, so check out that airport over there. You see that over there? It's on its own island. It used to be not connected. Now it's connected, but it's connected through a tunnel that goes underneath the water here. But the only way to have access to the tunnel is if you have a boarding pass. That's so weird. Look, it's the beach. And it's conveniently located right next to the fire department and the big fireboat. Gosh, I'm so excited. I just went into like this open air market thing. I told one lady my story. She gave me some free chocolate chip cookies that they're usually selling. And then this other girl over here, right there. I'm so excited because this girl right here just gave me a high five, which I've been missing gonna be missing all summer. So I'm so excited. Beautiful view. Wait, Carrie, Underwood's gonna be here? At the Air Canada Center? No way. Yo, check out the size of this thing. It's like 5 times the size of a normal croissant. No lie, it's like maybe 4 times. Definitely big. And it's only $2.35. That's the price of a croissant like at Starbucks, and it's like so much smaller at Starbucks. It's ridiculous. That is cool. The St. Laurence Market, guys. This is definitely a must come to as well. Both markets here in Toronto are amazing. Oh my gosh, look at these, like they have tiny bagels, and then they have a giant bagel. Oh my goodness, and regular. Look, everything is just mega here. Look at those things right there, it's mega. Look at the mega brie. Oh, that's so crazy. Check out the Alaskan king crab legs. Those are big. And this is what I call a good-looking pizza. Check this out. They also have a cheese croissant, and it's giant too. That looks good. Donut with filling on the inside. Look, it's a giant flagel. Just as a quick note, if you go to Starbucks in Toronto, be prepared to wait a solid 15 minutes. The lines are crazy long. Maybe it's just because it's Saturday, but that's what. This is just a beautiful bike path, and it's so easy to ride. We have our own personal lights, and now I'm heading to the ferry to go to the island. On the ferry now, guys. I love ferries too. That's another thing I really love. Ferries. This is an amazing ferry ride. You can see the city in the back. You can see the planes take off. View, guys. This is beautiful. Toronto from the ocean. See, there's the plane taking off I was talking about. It's so cool, you can see them so well. This video does not do it justice though. All kinds of activities to do on the island. You can go to the beach, you can go canoeing, you can go learn how to parasail. Not parasail, paddleboard. All kinds of cool stuff. Definitely worth coming. Also have like an amusement park here in Centerville. You can see some of it. You can do bike rentals, you can do all kinds of cool things. They have a train that you can ride. You see the rails right there. I see this place everywhere. I'm wondering if it's supposed to be Little Caesars. They just don't use the name. They just use the slogan and the catchphrase. They have this awesome pirate ship ride you can do too. Man, there's so much stuff here. I'm just too old for it. I would love that though. The island is a great place for like an amusement park for people who are like, you know, like kids, maybe like 6 to 12 years old. Like definitely a spot for them. But you can find some interesting stuff for adults as well. Like for a party island too. Look at that. So many boats. You can camp out. You can bring out your tent. Have a party. On the ferry just in time. So did this guy. Cheer for him! Yeah! All right. We all made it on the ferry. so cool that you get to trail a tram just driving on the street. I like it. Yo, this is crazy. The pedestrians, when they want to cross, they hit the red button like we have at home, but it lights up all these lights telling all of us in the cars to stop for them. Oh, that's so...
I like these houses. What do you guys think? It'd be nice to live in one of those. I think it's more like a townhouse, but... Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the day. I am now at a friend's house, their former neighbor. They live here in Toronto and they let me stay the night. So I'm gonna hop in the shower, get cleaned up, load some stuff up, and then I'll be back on later to give you guys the key takeaways from today. So I am now here at this amazing house. This is a pretty cool house actually. I would show you, but it's not my house, so I'm not going to show you. But I get to sleep in a bed for the nice shower, feel good. Get to sleep in this bed. I'm excited. But now for the key takeaways from today. So first, Toronto is very much American. Like they have all the same stuff, all the same restaurants, all the same accommodations, all the same like kind of like street stuff. Like besides like a little bit of like influence in the way of like they have markets, and they have like a really beautiful like ocean front that looks a lot like Nice, things like that. Otherwise, like the city is very much American. They have like all the same things. They have McDonald's, they have Starbucks, they have Dairy Queen, they have AAA, they have all the banks. They pretty much just have a lot of stuff we have. But here are the things that you need to do when you go to Toronto. Don't worry about going up the CN Tower. It costs too much. It's not worth it. If you're going to do like the aquarium and like all the other like things that they have there as well, you should definitely just buy the city pass, which I didn't do because I wasn't really interested in all the other things. It wasn't worth buying the city pass. But if you're interested in doing like all the other stuff that they have, just check out the city pass. This is something that you should do and see if you're interested in it. But a must-do is go down to the harbor, walk the harbor, see all the stuff there is to see there, and then make your way to the islands that are right across from it. Take the city ferry, not any of the other ferries, because the city ferry is the cheapest and it's free to come back. Definitely take that, and because the island is beautiful. There's like so much stuff to do. Especially if you have kids who are like 6 to 12 years old, there's like a full like amusement park. They have everything from like pirate ship rides to like go-karts and like funnel cakes, little roller coasters, all kinds of different stuff. They have just so many things to do. And then you can also, as an adult, you can like go on. There's a nude beach if you want, if that's your thing. There's you can do parasailing, you can do kayaking, you can do like these paddle boats, you can do all kinds of stuff. There's the Kensington Market and the St. Lawrence Market. Both of them you have to go to. St. Lawrence has really great food, pastries, things like that are like mega sized. And then the other one has more of like it's more of like a bunch of little shops that line the street that like have crazy stuff. Everything from like something for like the hippies to like the very modern people. You can all find something. And so just like overall for all of Canada, I just want to say that like the more you go west, the more it becomes Americanized and the more that English is spoken as a first language. If you go to Quebec, you definitely like that's the place that you want to go if you really like the old like ruined kind of culture. You like the castles, that kind of thing. You definitely have to be there for night. You really enjoy going to things like planetariums, towers, like zoos, gardens, things like that. Then Montreal is the place for those things like the planetarium and all that stuff. And then Toronto is just very much American. It's really somewhere that, like, just like in the city, you just walk around, go to the stores, see what they have in the stores, go to the docks, walk around the docks, see what they're doing. Today I got lucky because they were doing, like, this open doors thing where, like, all the stores were opening up stuff and, like, opening up to people that they don't usually do and times that they don't usually do, so it's pretty cool. But you definitely have to go over to the island because it's awesome. And so really depending on, like, what you like doing, it's kind of better to go one of the three places. But I would say that, in Montreal, if you can find something that suits your boat no matter what. But I could go on and on forever. So just like, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, let me know. And definitely if you go to Toronto, contact me first because finding a visitor center and finding parking is really hard. And I have some really good tips for you that I need to share with you, but it's just too much to share on here. And I need to like show you on a map. Because there really is no official Office of Tourism in Toronto. It's so weird. But yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. I think I'm going to end it there. Tomorrow I'm going to try to make my way to Detroit or somewhere else in Michigan first, not sure. But I'm going I have to try to let my leg heal a little bit because I underestimated really. Like now I can't even like move my leg. I think I pulled like my groin muscle, which really sucks. I can bike, but like I can't really walk. And like moving my leg, like pulling my knee up and stuff like that with my muscles is really hard, but I can move it with my hand. So hopefully it gets better. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow what it holds. But hopefully I can keep going strong. Good night, everyone. Catch y'all tomorrow.